projects we design are every single day. So how does this course offer, how it is tailored? So yeah, this course will definitely equip you with the necessary methods and processes, and even tricks and techniques are also will be teaching you. So we are actually volunteering to help you design solutions for the problems that you're facing. So yeah. So what will design thinking get me at? With, what will it get all of us at? So this will definitely be a more fun session, and we'll get to know more about our teamwork and what collaboration exactly is, and the solutions. Coming to the solutions, we all have different problems when it comes to classroom, and our kids, definitely kids, and our teachers, our colleagues, everyone. So yeah, this will help. This will help all of us to produce solutions, to create solutions through a different way. It is going to give a, it will produce everyone after this course. Every one of us will have a different perspective of the way of teaching, and also designing solutions for our problems. So it will increase our self-esteem, confidence, and more creativity. It will give us more creativity, and it will also show us few ways to engage with our students more effectively, and also getting unstuck from our steps where where we'll get stuck, right? So yeah, it will help us for this. So without any further ado, let's start with the session. Over to Shruti.
Okay, so before going deep into the session, we should actually know what design thinking is actually. So to put it in simple words, design thinking is about believing to make a difference. We all can join together and make a difference using design thinking. So it is an intentional process that helps us in arriving with new solutions to all our problems. And design thinking, when you perform design thinking, it actually boosts your creativeness. So it gives us a faith upon our own creative abilities. And in one statement, if we have to define design thinking is the process of transforming difficult challenges into opportunities for new designs every day. So when you use design thinking, it will be helpful in solving many of our day-to-day problems without any difficulties. In order to understand what design thinking is in depth, let us just see a video. Namrata, can you play the video? Okay. Namrata, the volume.
Can you hear it now, Shruti?
No, I can't hear the sound.
Just a second.
Okay.
You find that next big thing. Or say you want to change a behavior, like getting people, a lot of people, to use less energy in their homes. How would you go about it? Design thinking is a powerful tool to tackle the unknown. It's a means of going on an expedition without a map, without even knowing the destination, but with the confidence that you'll end up somewhere great. Let's make it tangible with an example that captures the 5 key elements of design thinking. Daylight was given the challenge of getting kids in America to move more, to help fight childhood obesity. The project started with an idea. Provide kids with a digital music player that has a motion sensor, then give them rewards based on their activity. But the big question was, Would kids really use it? What could make the experience so compelling that they would use it long enough to see the health benefits? Learn from people. We began by talking with kids. We spent time in their homes and schools across the country. We listened to them share their motivations, habits, delights, and frustrations. The research included kids in the mainstream, but also incredibly active kids and the very sedentary. It turns out that those at the extremes are really good at giving a voice to problems that those in the middle might feel, but have a harder time putting their finger on. Find patterns. We captured our observations on hundreds of Post-it notes and laid them all out to make sense of what we learned. Using informed intuition, we looked for patterns that pointed to opportunities. Daniel said, "I get bored with solo video games. It's the multiplayer ones that keep me coming back." Meg said, "I don't listen to music while I'm running because I want to talk to people." Define design principles. These quotes, along with others, revealed one of the design principles that would help us get to a successful concept. Facilitate social interaction at all times. Many such design principles emerged. Together, they formed the guideposts of an experience that we felt confident would resonate with kids. Make tangible. We asked ourselves, how might we questions, to bridge the gap from design principles to specific ideas, and then quickly turn the best of them into rough prototypes. Iterate relentlessly. Building physical devices out of simple cardboard and mocking up digital experiences with paper and pencil allowed us to learn quickly. With each prototype, we tweaked and evolved the concept. We brought digital and physical models to kids to listen and learn. The concept evolved until we got to a compelling solution. What we ended up with was a new product category. Before Fitbit and Apple Watch, we developed an activity tracker that gave kids a portal to an online world where they could share and celebrate their real-world accomplishments with each other and their families. In a 6-month clinical trial, the impact was a 59% increase in physical activity. Learn from people. Find patterns. Define design principles. Make tangible. Iterate relentlessly. Whatever the challenge, design thinking is a powerful tool to reveal new ways of thinking and doing. What in your world could benefit from design thinking?
So welcome you all once again for this wonderful session. So far, both Namrata and Shruti just gave the gist about what is design thinking. And you just saw a video. So now what we are going to do is we do have different aspects of design thinking. So it's as we are aware of thinking here. So we do think in all the possible ways, and we have many other thinking possibilities too. So for now, I'm going to explain you what is design thinking in a deeper context. So moving on to the very first progress. So this step is called as HCD, that is human-centered design. So in this process, the design thinking process will be totally on how one person looks out the world in other perspectives. It is you're having multiple thoughts and multiple perspectives. So that is what this human-centric design is. So in this design, you are just subjected to check on few points where you are going to perform in according to that points. For example, if you just take over the look in this image, there are many things around one particular person. For example, it may be context, needs, behaviors, values, and problems. These are the 5 major things. So if we are taking with an example, for example, now we are going to publish something in the social media, whichever platform you are preferring. So obviously you'll have the thoughts like, who am I going to show this? Who are going to comment on this? How many views I'm going to get, or how many likes? So obviously we are just starting to think on many things. So that is what human centric design is about. So it is same for design thinking also. It's like not design thinking, but our thinking process is same. So we always have a multiple thinking process towards many things, which is very good, so that you might crack many ideas to better progress in thinking. So next, moving on is like next we are just moving on to Namrata.
I have changed the slide, Ashwin.
No, like I couldn't see it.
It is not changed.
Yeah,
Okay.
now it's in. So next is, as like we are aware of that, group discussion, that is collaborative design thinking. So like group discussions, like I guess all of them are like aware here, whomever you are there. So like when we are talking about group discussion and collaborative design thinking, so this is a place where there will be like abundant flow of ideas and opinions here. So the only one thing which you're going to do here is like, we are going to hear out the others' opinions. As I said, it's in the previous concept, it was like a single person's perspective, but here it's going to be multiple point perspectives. So you'll be getting many ideas and like many thoughts, many opinions, many negatives and positives about some particular design. So when we are just valuing it together, you'll be cracking one of the best ideas, or like you'll be implementing all the ideas in a step-by-step process. So that is what collaborative thinking is all about. And moving on to next is optimistic. So optimistic is like something which brings you positivity. So whenever like it is all going to give some positive vibes towards everything. So it's not about like you are required for so much time or so much, like you are supposed to, yeah, like you are subjected to something and you're just gonna do it. So you need not like if you are more confident about it, you're gonna succeed in whatever you're doing it. So that is what this optimism is about. So when it comes to design thinking, so if you're subjected to do a design, or like you're having some deadline towards a project, so you don't get like so worried like, oh my, like there is a deadline, I have so much of work, so like I'm not having. Just sit, relax, and just process the things. So like try to bring out all the positive ways and possible ways where you can just succeed the design thinking. So like your thinking process, changing your thinking process might help in getting you more and more clarity towards the work whatever you're doing. And it also helps us to give a positive notation of ourselves, our one person. So we'll be having a good character, or like you will be like moving on to a positive notes. So when you see start seeing things positive, and if you see like, okay, I have a lot more time, what is there in 1 hour, I have 1 hour of time, there is, see, 1 hour has 60 minutes. So you can just see it in that way. And so when we have that 60 minutes in life, we can just succeed in whatever we are up to. So moving on to next. So like this is the another process. So iterative designing process. So this is like this conveys like wherever you're going, you end up at the same point. So it is going to be a circular part where we are going to like process things, and we are going to like evaluate it, we are going to work on it, and we are going to like develop a prototype. So the process repeats. So here what we are trying to say is that whatever we are up to, like we can just go back and recorrect it. So that is what this process explains, as it is in the like circular motions. For example, now I'm going to design, like I'm going to do a marketing on some particular brand. I'm going to design, I'm going to plan some media brief for that particular brand. So I don't have to be worried of like whether I could like change it now or change it, because I'm the designer, I'm the creator, I have everything. So I can go rechange it whatever I want, however I want, and according like to the client's requirement. So that is how this iterative process is about. And this process also helps us to keep on sustaining and reminding the people about this process. So this process is something a repetitive one, where it goes on and goes on like a cycle. It's like a cycle process where you just start designing, you're just giving a visual representation, and you're just giving it for the evaluation. That is evaluation in sense, you're just publishing and you're just receiving feedbacks. When you just receive feedbacks, you definitely are going to get positives and negatives. So at some positives can be like very good, and definitely we are going to work on negatives. So when we are on that point, we can just go recorrect the process, and again we can just start a circle. So that is what iterative process is. I hope you just got a good brief on what is design thinking. So if you have any doubt, you can just turn on your mic and you can just ask, so that we can just go on and like clear your doubts. Anybody is having doubt can turn, like you can just show up, so that we'll clear your doubts and we can just move on further.
Okay, so yeah, so let's move on to a small activity. Over to Nanda.
So everyone can see the image, right? Quickly, let me explain what you see in this picture. So compare these three images. So you identify what happening all the three images.
Nanda, I think your voice is breaking.
Now,
Yeah, Nanda, you're having noise in the background.
yeah, now I am audible. Hello.
Yeah, now you're audible. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone say like what you see in this picture. What's happening? What activity happening in this picture?
So for this activity, I request everyone to turn your camera and turn on your mic, so that like it will be like an interactive session, because we are playing an activity here.
You can even text in chat box also.
Yeah, you can turn on your video and you can just even text in the chat box, or if you feel free to open your mic and talk.
Wow. Yeah, playing cricket. One person message. Anyone else?
Okay, so we have an answer.
Most famous in India.
Vaishnavi Jairam has texted street cricket.
Yeah. One more person texted me private. So yeah, correct. So you can see the cricket. So what the difference you are seeing in these three? So how you see the image? So when you walk in the street, what you see? So you can tell me about the object you see in this picture. Okay. Next slide. Yeah, can we move next slide?
Oh, I have moved it.
Okay.
So actually, place to place changes the cricket step bar change. So the first image there is a charged step. So on second image, so direct step. So in the third image, there is an electrical lamp post. It acts as a step. So whenever we walk in the street, so we have to see and understand the purpose of the object in the street. So like we can use it for multi-purpose. Uh, any object we can use it for multi-purpose. Next slide. Then players. So when it comes to the cricket, so there is a players who uh, who will like they will be identified by the uniform. So there will be a specific color dress. So in this Steve cricket, there will be uh, no unique identity. But then you can find so who and all play based on their uh, vision and their standing position. Next slide. So then comes to ambience. So who's the audience? So when it comes to when you think about the stadium cricket, so we can see audience all around the stadium. So, but then when it comes to street cricket, so there will be an audience who are the user of the road. So road users act as a audience. Yeah, next slide. Yeah. So this is the main major important thing. So the plane like we call it as plane, like the seat. So where everyone walk, you can drive your car, ride your bike, so your cycle. So everything happen in the same plane. So even the cricket also happen in the same plane. So place to place it will be different. So the first image like bitumen road, second image is soil road, the third image is a concrete road. So it will be like materialistic differences, but activity happening same to same, like walking, riding bike, car, moving, so object running, so everything happening in the same plane.
Um, Nanda, can you repeat the last part? You were not clear, it seems. Your voice is not clear, it seems.
Okay. Yeah. So the seat we consider as a plane. So uh, plane is an object which hold our everything. So the land is considered as a plane. Yeah. So first image is like bitumen road. So there will be it's considered as a marketplace. So in the background there will be an ambience like shop. So you can see the trolley cycles, everything. So in the second image you can see the car parking. So that is a mud road. So you can see you can place the stump in the mud road. So but then the bitumen road you can't insert the stump. So they place the chair. In the third image there will be a concrete road. You can't do anything. So they use the ambience like street lamps. So whatever they existing, so they use it for their own purpose. So the place to place, whatever changes happen, so we have to utilize everything. So and then ambience. So the background, as I said earlier, first image is a marketplace. Second image is a normal street. So third image is a residential street. So it's a lane, street, and road. So whenever we walk in the road, we have to understand the circulation. So we're moving, always busy street. So we have to perceive things like based on how we see. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Nanda. That was actually fun. So, guys, the purpose of this activity is to, realize the importance of observation. So, wherever we go and whatever we do, the first thing that is important is our observation skills. So, only after observing our environment and observing ourselves, we can, uh, come to a conclusion. So that is the purpose of this activity, observation skills. Okay, so let's just continue with our session now. Okay.
Okay, so that's okay, Nanda. Okay, so coming back to the session, so yeah, we have learned, we have come to know what design thinking is, and and Ashwin has he had detailed it. So coming to teacher design, I'll give an example what it means. Michael Skur, he's in California, and he realized that he's a teacher there. He realized that he didn't ask his students. He was teaching for second grade students. He realized that he didn't ask them anything like what made you comfortable, some questions in the classroom. So yeah, and he conducted a survey with his students, and he got to know a few he got some inputs, and from those inputs what he did in the next week was he uh, he uh, he lowered the bulletin board so that his students can, they can give solutions, or they can post, like they can paste whatever they have created, like drawings or some stuffs. So that is, he reimagined the classroom. What he did was he created a small student QB space where they can, after the session in the classroom itself, after the classes, they could go inside and they can draw, they can have fun, they can also play there. So yeah, he did all those. And what happened in the later, this is called as teacher designed. He did it single-handedly. And what happened then is the whole school got this idea, and what they did was they developed the curriculum. They used the same design thinking process which uh, Michael used for reimagining the classroom through his students' eyes. So that's what they did, and the curriculum was changed. So this is called as school design, and this led to district design, where all the schools in his district, they used this design thinking process to reimagine their curriculum syllabus, which will be given, which we will learn in the upcoming slides. Uh, and coming to the community, after the whole, a teacher, from the teacher, it went to the school. So it is called school design. And from the school, it went to the district. And the district, all the schools, they came to a point where they wanted to take this to the next level, that is to the communities, the NGOs and other organizations as well. So everyone, they came together and they followed this process. And not only education, it also led to several changes in their society too. So this is what teacher, from the teacher, it all started with a single teacher, and it led to a positive impact on the whole country. So yeah, let's see a video.
When I first came across design thinking, I was skeptical, and I didn't want another thing, right? Another thing added to the plate. For 15 years, I've wanted to have a career in education, but it's been an emotionally rocky road. I've been frustrated, I've been really happy, I've felt really sorry for myself, and I've been enormously proud of my work. I don't know any teacher who hasn't gone through dark times and light times trying to make their way. Sometimes I think Education is a circus. We are just contained in this tent and we take it down in the summer and then we put it back up every fall. In 15 years of teaching, it never occurred to me to look outside of the tent. So a group of designers came to our school and they helped us realize that as teachers, we were designing all the time.
And this is the word.
With the right tools, we had the potential to design a better system. But it isn't that simple, right? They don't have a formula, just do it this way. So for a year, we tried. We placed objects around the campus to promote discovery. We designed an ideal teacher's lounge. We built an online collaboration tool for our teachers. And we are currently in the process of redesigning our ethics program. And over again, we've hit walls. And every time we came back to the table and explained, this can't work, we can't possibly do this. And every time they came back to us and said, but you are doing it. Optimism is not lacking in schools, but it's all reserved for our students. You know what it means for a student to have someone who believes in them. Consider how many times you've pleaded with a child not to give up after one bad day or one bad grade. But who believes in us? Do we believe in ourselves? I think if teachers viewed themselves as designers, if teachers believed that they could affect change, if they really believed in themselves, I think a much better system is possible.
Okay, Namrata, can you brief about what we just saw in the video?
Sorry, Shruti? No, this was actually, the video was about a teacher who faced many problems in her school related to the curricula, related to the, the environment in which the students learned, and also related to the academics as well, and the other colleagues. So yeah, she faced a lot of problems there. And what she felt was maybe as educator, she should have, she came across this design thinking. So she thought that she should focus on this one to solve her problem. And yeah, this was about you should have seen that 3.5 million students in the US are lacking proper education, and also they are lacking a systematic approach. So yeah, that's what this video is all about. She tells how and what design thinking is used for.
Okay.
So Shruti, 1 minute. Sorry to interrupt. So like I want anyone in this session to just open up their self and share some thoughts on the video which we played now previously. So like I want to know like did you guys are understanding the concept, like that video was helpful, like what did you understand from the video? Anything you can just share it. Anyone can. Evangeline, Kavita, Vaishnavi, Anbaras, whomever, like you all can share. Even Varshini and Vanilla also can share.
Even you can also share about the problems that you're currently facing in the education with your students, with the classroom. You can also share that one.
So we had like when I was doing my bachelor's in engineering, we had a curriculum that was designed by the teachers. So that was very different from what traditional engineering would teach, you know. and I think that prepared us for at least for the immediate future, if not for a really long one, but at least to know what is happening right now than what has happened like 100 years ago and all that stuff. So definitely, I guess we can make improvements in what we are doing right now at schools.
So far, like you've watched 2 videos. So can anyone share your opinion on the videos? What is the video about? What are they trying to say? And what is the necessity that we are just doing this process? Like anyone can just open up and say what is like they are trying to tell us. Uh, Thank you, Evangeline, for sharing your thoughts, and others too. You can also feel free to talk. So it's like let's have an interactive session more than like a webinar. So we wanted this session to be interactive so that we all get to know each other more, because we're gonna travel for the other 4 days. So let's get interactive now. So just turn up your videos on and let's start sharing your opinions on what I asked. Like, what did you observe from the past 2 videos which you showed? Anyone? Like, there are many, I can see many names in my chat box, like participant list, but none of them is showing here. So I wish everybody like takes an initiative, like participate, start interacting. It's like we feel like we are talking alone. So I want to make the session an interactive one. That is the reason I'm just trying to bring up all here.
Yeah, as Mr. Bharat said, you can use any language. என்ன லாங்குவேஜ்ல வேணாலும் பேசலாம். So are there any non-Tamilian participants here right now? Guys? So எல்லாருக்கும் தமிழ் தெரியும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். Am I right?
No, I don't speak Tamil, but so to get to know each other better, so are you guys teachers, or maybe you could introduce yourself?
Okay, fine. So let's start. So for this, I want everybody to turn on their videos at least so that we can see our faces each other. So it'll be like more interactive. So Namrata, just stop sharing the screen for a while. So let's get
Sure.
into, yeah, we'll just carry on with the session. So like everybody has turned on the video. JDS, Jeevadarani, Vanilla, everyone.
Namrata, Dad is so excited to see all of the activities, I think.
Sorry for that.
That's okay. Okay.
So hi all, hi. Actually,
before-
this
Hi
session.
everyone.
Yeah, one second. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
I want all the participants to open up and can you guys intro yourself one by one? Ashwin, can you call their names?
Yeah, sure. Like
One
we
by
can
one?
start up with Vaishnavi because I can
Cool.
see her the first. So you can just self-intro about yourself. A short. No, you're not audible. Vaishnavi, are you there?
Okay, I think.
Vaishnavi, actually, Ashwin said only you are not audible, not video.
You're interrupted, Ashwin. What is this?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I think we can shift to another person. So Vaishnav is busy with his searching our headset. Evangeline, can you open up and can speak about yourself?
Yeah, hi. I did my BTech. I worked as a software engineer for 15 years and I quit my job. I've been considering teaching for a while, but I have seen really bad examples of teachers, so I'm scared that I'll be one. I
You're
don't want to
currently
be.
teaching.
Sorry?
You're currently teaching?
No, I'm not. I'm just thinking about it.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Maybe after this session, you can, you would have a confidence to continue your teaching.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, cool. Wait for the 5 more days. Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, Evangeline. Like, Vaishnavi, you can carry on. Vaishnavi, are you there?
Vaishnavi? Yes, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
I'm Vaishnavi. I have completed ME. I have taken tuitions in an institute called Raj Institute for engineering students. I'm going to pursue as professor. So I am attending this lesson.
Nice. That's so nice to hear that. Welcome to the club, teaching club. Thank you so much. Next, who's gonna JDS?
One second, I just put my office background, that's why it's showing actually. Hi,
Hello.
I think JDS is coming with a executive background.
Because not background, it's already default office background, so that I removed it. So I think that hi, I'm Jagdish, working as a UX designer in Rapid blockchain-based company. And myself, I'm a self-learner. So basically, I'm a photographer, designer, and basic video, explanatory video editor. So,
Thank you, Jagdish. Like, you're a multi-talented. I guess now you're gonna shift your profession to teaching too, I guess. So you're adding up one more profession, I guess. So thank you so much for showing up. And who else is left? Kavita, you can also address yourself. Mic, unmute your mic.
Hello all, myself is Kavita. I have completed MCA and I completed a diploma on elementary education. I was working in a private school as a computer science teacher. When I got married, when I have discontinued, now I'm waiting for that for next.
You're planning to rejoin.
Yes.
Okay, that's very nice, very nice. So I can see different persons coming here and with many inspiring things and all they're saying. So I'm very happy that we have this kind of people in our session. So okay, so
your explanation, the way
yes.
you teach,
Yes.
the way you interact to others, it was nice to see.
Yeah, thank you so much, So okay, so I hope now everybody's we are friends now, so that
Yes.
I hope I get answers at least now for the question which I asked. So can I expect answers?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, you can start answering.
This is how we have to pull you guys inside.
So do you want to repeat the question?
Yes.
Okay, so the question was I want to know the opinion on the videos which you saw. You have saw 2 videos. So I just want the opinion of what did you understand? What are the thoughts on the videos about, and why we are participating design for educators? Did you get a mental sketch of what is about what is this event is about, you can just share your thoughts.
Just thinking.
Just thinking. It was a great word, actually.
Okay, like
So
I guess.
it's like answer for two questions. So is it the answer for the question, or you're actually thinking about the answer?
Is this the answer, or like you are just telling us we are thinking?
No, not like that. Design thinking is just thinking, right? We have to think more.
Yes.
Actually,
I'm just
perfect word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good one. Okay. Anyone else want to try giving up answers?
Guys, you can just share whatever you understood from those videos.
Feel free to talk. You can speak in your own comfortable language. There is no language barrier here.
Okay.
Okay.
Evelyn has said it will help
Visual.
the facilitators to. Okay. Right.
Okay, fine. So like it's very nice. Like I heard comments. So like now let's skip on to our presentation. We'll continue on it. So like Namrata, you can just start.
Okay, so till now, what we saw is we tried to understand what's actually design thinking. I hope you guys are familiar with the topic now. So let's just dive in a bit more deeper. So, what is design education? We understood, but where do we use design thinking? As educators, it is important to know where to implement design thinking. So, guys, am I audible? Hello.
Shruti, you're audible.
Okay. So, as educators, we face many kinds of problems, but there are few core set of problems. That is the major challenges. We are centered around four topics. First and foremost is the design and development of learning experience. To put it in one word, the curriculum. Wherever we go in schools or colleges, the curriculum is the most important thing, right? What we teach to our students, and how can we make them aware of their environment and what is happening around them. So that is important. So first comes the curriculum, followed by that learning environments. It is important what kind of environment we set up for our students, right? So students don't expect to have a dull, boring environment. It will make them not to learn new things. So where they learn is also an important thing. So that is our second challenge. Our third challenge will be school programs and experiences. That is the processes and tools that the schools use, to engage the students. So that is the third challenge. And the last challenge will be system strategies, goals, and policies. So what kind of system our schools and colleges follow, in order to make everything possible and make everything available for the students. So these are the four core challenges that educators face every day. So the curriculum, the learning space, process and tools, and the last but important, system. What kind of system our schools and colleges follow. So these are the four challenges. So how can we implement design thinking to solve or approach all these four problems? So as we saw in the previous slides, district teams and school level, school teams, district teams, etc. So when approaching these challenges, it is often seen that few of these challenges are tackled by the district team, actually, because as as there are many schools and institutions involved, there are many multiple stakeholders. So stakeholders are those people who get affected directly by all kinds of actions. So since there are many such people who are affected by all our actions, the district team actually comes in firstly. So, but sometimes challenges are also addressed at school levels. They'll be having a core team of representative educators, driving the main process, to solve the challenges. So, let me give you an example. There are many design schools actually, schools that change they have their own way of curriculum. They have their they have their good different environment, where the creativity of the students are actually given importance. So there are such kind of schools. So I hope you guys are you guys are familiar with the current change in our curriculum. The government has changed the system to a new curriculum, so that the kids are able to move in the path that is meant for them, and they need not study everything just as we used to do before. So that is actually I think that is actually a good plan, but we'll talk about that later. So coming back to our topic, we saw district level, we saw the school level, where core team of educators, involve themselves to bring about a change. Besides these, we need not have a core team of educators, specialized in design thinking to work on this. Individual educators can also address and try to, come up with ideas to solve these kinds of problems. So that is where the grassroots change happens. So as individual educators, we should also think about this, and I'm guessing that is why we have assembled here for this session. So I hope this helps to bring about a change. So let us move a bit in detail about all those 4 challenges we saw there. So talking about curriculum. So what is curriculum? Can any of you explain it in simple words? Just what you guys know. What is the term curriculum? What does it mean actually? Guys?
You can use the chat box also.
Yeah.
You can tell about curriculum in a one word or sentence. You can use the chat box here.
Anyone, guys? Okay. Vaishnavi Jairam says it's the syllabus or course plan. Yeah, right. It is actually right. So what curriculum means is that, as Vaishnavi said, the content that is to be brought to the students. What should the educators teach their students? What should be delivered? And there are actually many debates going on. Actually, how to change ourselves in order to adapt to the fast moving world. Okay, so now that we know what is curriculum, so what are the questions that will arise regarding curriculum? I'll give you a few examples about the challenges that might arise in case of curriculum. So one would be, how might I inspire students to engage in concerns of environment? So what it means is that how to inspire my students so that they'll be more aware of the happenings of the environment. Obviously everyone should be aware of their environment, right? So if so, there all kinds of problems created in the environment would be reduced. So that is one major question that arises regarding curriculum. Followed by that, how might I engage my students, in compelling ways around learning world history? It is important to know our history, where we come from, what happened before us, and what is happening currently. So that is another question regarding history. How to engage the students so that they won't get bored, but at the same time they want to learn about the world history. Followed by that, how might I develop students to be active seekers of knowledge in subjects that they have little knowledge of? I hope as prayer students, we would have had few subjects where we would have been weak, or we felt difficulties in learning those subjects. So as educators now, we must think of a way to help our students with the subjects they are weak in. In that way, they'll get to know those subjects too. It is important to make them, learn those concepts in a way that helps them to grasp the actual content and not feel bored. So that is the third, question. And followed by that, how might I help children from disadvantaged backgrounds to increase their vocabulary? Uh, as we grow, old, people, expect us to be, well versed with good vocabulary. But
Just a minute. Is the PPT visible?
yeah, it is visible.
Okay, I think Vanilla is unable to see the PPT.
Okay, sorry for the interruption, guys. Vanilla, please try to refresh the link, or disconnect the audio and try to reconnect. I think it will be solved. Okay, we didn't change the slide, so need not worry. Okay, so let me continue. Back to the topic. As private schools nowadays, they engage in many activities that will help their students to improve their vocabulary. But what about disadvantaged students, that is the underprivileged students? They too need the kind of exposure and support as like others. So we need to think of a way to come up with that. There are many NGOs and support groups for that, to help those underprivileged students. And I'm proud to say that we as a team in Chalkpiece, we are also moving towards that goal, and we have conducted few events. So yeah, so those are a few questions related, that will arise when we think about curriculum as a challenge that should be addressed in design thinking. All right. So guys, you have any doubts regarding this? So curriculum as a challenge. Shall I proceed? Guys?
Yeah, Shruti, I think it's good to go.
Okay, Namrata. All right. So as I said before, the second most important thing is the learning environment, where the students they study and get exposed to new concepts. So physical environment plays an important role when it comes to education. And the most important step that we can take, so that children get to experience a comfortable and fun way of learning, is by involving design thinking into this. As you can see in the PowerPoint presentation, so this is a preschool in Brooklyn, and the school there, they came up with this idea to create, a creative and fun environment, so that the kids, in preschool, they get to have fun, but at the same time, they get to learn new things every day. So that is one instance, and there are many schools adopting to this kind of change nowadays. So talking about learning environment, what kind of questions we have to address? How might I use my classroom space in different ways to help set my students at ease? Students spend almost half of the day in schools, so how to create a classroom that will make them feel at ease to learn and at the same time not feel uncomfortable. So that is one question, and I think that kind of question pops up when we think about learning space. So followed by that, how might I create a comfortable space that meets the many needs of students, throughout the day? As I said before, the students spend most of their time in school. So throughout the day, they'll have many needs. So how to, make them feel comfortable and create a comfortable space so that all their needs are addressed. And the third one would be how to redesign our school's library, in order to enhance it and meet the needs of today's learners' interests. In the fast-growing world, we have many new concepts coming up. So, how to redesign our libraries so that they're well equipped and they have all the resources that are needed to, guide our students. The fourth one would be how might we create an exciting and effective space for teachers to collaborate. If we want to, give a good environment to the students, we'll have to first give a good environment to the teachers, where they can think freely, they can collaborate with other teachers, etc. As educators, we might think about creating that positive environment. As Ashwin said before, having an optimistic thinking would help us in each step. So that would be the fourth one. And lastly, how might we design our high school campus to engage and support today's learners? We need to have R&D labs, good facilitated classrooms, etc., etc., to engage the current generation of students. As we can see, they are already into technologies and stuff. So how should the school, redesign themselves in order to be prepared for the young learners? That would be the last, question regarding learning space. I hope I'm clear here, guys, and I think I've given enough examples regarding that. So can I move on to the next one, the next challenge? Guys? All right, we'll have, we'll have a separate section to clear all the doubts. We'll move on to the next challenge. So processing and tools. So processing and processes and tools must be redesigned, in order to answer this question: how might I, or how might we as educators help the students improve their learning experience? And one main thing is that we need to bring a balance between teachers and students. That is one important thing in processes and tools. So with that said, how might I engage parents as an integrated part of their students' learning experience? It is not just the job of teachers, but it is also the job of parents, to engage themselves and help the students with their works. And secondly, how might we recruit the best teachers to our schools? How might we ensure good arrival and departure procedures for every day at our school? That is also an important thing when we talk about processes and tools. Lastly, how might we redesign our school schedule to be centered around the needs of today's families and teachers? With the current lockdown, we're all, accustomed to this few hours of classes, online classes. So that would be an example how to reschedule ourselves to the current situations. So similarly, in the long run, how do we redesign our schools and classrooms that they are centered around the needs of families and student teachers also. So those are few examples in processes and tools. And followed by that, our last challenge would be systems. System, mainly concerns with the first challenge. It goes hand in hand with the revisioning of curriculum. As educators, we might not get a chance to bring about a major change, but we need not worry about that. We still have uh, a good chance to engage and bring about a good change in our own classroom. So we can share our suggestions with our higher authorities to come about with a defined action. So what I'm trying to say is that collaboration is the key to success here. So as a single educator, we alone cannot bring about a change. We need good collaboration from others, our fellow educators, and as well as from the management to bring about a major change. So a few questions regarding the system, that is the system that the current institutions follow would be, how might we use our school as an R&D hub for other schools, nationwide? I think currently many schools and institutions are coming up with the R&D facilities. So followed by that, how might we connect more with our neighborhood community? It is important to have a good connection with our neighborhood community, see what is happening there. So where are we lagging, or are we far forward from them, etc., etc. Next would be, how might we track the development of students' character traits over time to shape their philosophy. So that is another thing. It is important to understand the nature of students as well. And yeah, that would be it. So we've seen 4 challenges in here, and for few questions that come regarding those challenges. I hope I was clear in explaining all those 4 challenges. In the coming slides, we'll see steps on how to approach all these kinds of questions. Yeah.
So yeah, so by now everyone you'll be confused about what design thinking is and all those critical thinking, the problem solving. Yeah, I know it will be a bit of a confusion for every one of us. So let me make it a bit simple by giving you an example. So the example which I am considering today is the Ormondale Elementary School. So why I'm considering this school is because they redesign their approach to learning and teaching by using design thinking, and this actually made a positive impact on the rest of the schools in their district and lot more. It actually encouraged many people, and everyone stepped out. So what they did to make differences in everyone's life. Let's check it out. So yeah, they conducted a program. So all about design thinking. It is going to be 5 simple process: discovery, interpretation, ideation, experimentation, and evolution. So this is going to be one of the most important parts in our journey in the upcoming 4 days. So if you want, you can take notes from tomorrow. Just be like just take these 5 steps into your mind. So what they did is, in the discovery phase, they conducted a 2 to 3 days summer workshop where all the teachers started to collaborate in the school. All the teachers, starting from their principal and to everyone, even the staffs, other staffs, everyone connected. Actually, this is what is collaboration. And they all came up with many problems. Everyone started to define their problems. Later on, in the interpretation phase, what they did was they got many inputs from the students. They conducted mini games and they got many inputs, and from that they started to identifying their particular problem which they were facing in the current time, in their current time. And what they actually came up was they brainstormed. In other words, it is the ideation process. They generated many ideas for their particular problem. So everything started with discovery as the base. The foundation was discovery, and it moved to interpretation, and then they started to generate creative ideas. So how did they generate? They used many notes and a lot more they did. We'll be seeing that in the upcoming sessions. And later they moved to the experimentation phase. What they did there was they from the created solutions, uh, they actually came up with models and much more models, and they found a way to represent their problem and solution in such a way that both the teachers and the students were they were happy with that. So this was the collaboration, and it was very interactive one. And followed by that, the evolution. From that, the after many years, everyone started to follow this. So this was the positive impact that gave. That was after they used the design thinking process, everyone started to following this, from business to other problems as well. So this was the main just a seed for bringing in the design thinking process into education. So yeah, Ashwin.
So like our session is getting intense like as the time progress. So now I want like everyone to relax. So we just created some mantras like to be you as a design thinking process. So like as we are getting into the design thinking process, so let's step into the zone with saying some mantras. So I hope everybody can see the screen. So I want everybody to repeat after what I say. So for this, I wanted everybody to unmute yourself. It's for everybody who's in this call. So everybody unmute yourself, and we're just going to say some mantra so that we are just refreshing ourselves. Okay. So everybody is like turned on the mic.
Yes.
Okay. I heard one yes. The rest. Okay. What happened to JDS? Bharat bro, I want everybody to unmute. Even Namrita, you are supposed to unmute. Okay. JDS, are you there? Okay, fine.
We are going to repeat those words.
What? Excuse me?
Are you going to repeat those words?
Yes, you are going to repeat after I'm saying. So I hope let's start. I am a designer.
I'm a designer.
Embrace your beginner's mind.
Embrace your
beginner's mind.
Stepping out of your zone
Stepping out of your zone
of comfort is equal to learning.
comfort is equal to learning.
Problems are just opportunities
Problems
are just opportunities
for design in disguise.
In disguise.
Okay, can anyone recite one more time? Like one individual person, except from Namrita and Shruti.
Myself.
Yeah, you can do it.
I'm a designer.
Yes.
Embrace your beginner's mind.
Yes.
Out of your zone of comfort is equal to learning.
Yes.
Problems are just opportunities for design in disguise.
Yes. Thank you so much, Kavita. So anyone else want to say this mantra? Whomever is feeling the session is boring now, you are supposed to say this. So you can just refresh yourself by saying this mantra. So we are just inducing the design thinking into you. So it's like you're supposed to say this mantra. So anyone else is like willing to say this?
So you know what? This is taking us to the school days, like getting a oath. I'm a student.
Yes,
All
it's the
brothers
oath.
and
Yeah,
sisters are my.
it's more or less like a oath now. So like I want others to also repeat it so that we are making sure that everybody is having that spirit inside them for like turning to be a good teacher. So anyone else want to try? Vaishnavi, you can also say. Evangeline, JDS, Varshini, Vanilla, everybody can say.
Okay, myself will say.
Okay.
I'm a designer. Embrace your beginner's mind. Stepping out of your zone of comfort equal to learning. Problems are just opportunities for designing the space.
Yes, that's very nice. That's very nice. So anyone else want to try? Okay, fine. So others can mute your mic. So Namrita, we can proceed. So here's another video.
Design thinking is a 5-step process.
So here's another video like from this. So we are going to step into the actual design process. So after this video, I'll just elaborate what you saw in this video. So Namrita, you can just play.
To come up with meaningful ideas that solve real problems for a particular group of people. The process is taught in top design and business schools around the world. It has brought many businesses lots of happy customers and helped entrepreneurs from all around the world to solve problems with innovative new solutions. Step 1. Empathize. The purpose of Step 1 is to conduct interviews that give you an idea about what people really care about. We need to empathize with their situation. For example, if you want to help old people, you might find that they want to keep the ability to walk around. In your conversations, they might share with you different ways they can do that. Later into the interview, you'll want to dig a little deeper, look for personal stories or situations where things became difficult. Ideally, you redo the process with many people with the same problem. Step 2. Define the problem. Looking at the interviews, you can now understand the actual needs that people are trying to fulfill with certain activities. One way to do that is to underline the verbs or activities that the people mentioned when talking about their problems, like going for a walk, meeting old friends for tea, or simply going grocery shopping around the corner store. You might realize it's not so much about going out, but more about staying in touch. After your analysis, formulate a problem statement. Some elderly are afraid to be lonely. They want to stay connected. Step 3. Ideate. Now focus only on the problem statement and come up with ideas that solve the problem. The point is not to get a perfect idea, but rather to come up with many ideas, like unique virtual reality experiences, senior-friendly hoverboards, or a modified pushcart. Whatever it is, sketch up your best ideas and show them to the people you are trying to help, so you can get their feedback. Step 4. Prototype. Now take a moment to reflect on what you have learned from your conversations about the different ideas. Ask yourself, how does your idea fit in the context of people's actual lives? Your solution could be a combination of a new idea and what is already being used. Then connect the dots, sketch up your final solution, and go build a real prototype that's just good enough to be tested. Step 5. Test. Now test your prototype with actual users. Don't defend your idea in case people don't like it. The point is to learn what works and what didn't, so any feedback is great. Then go back to ideation or prototyping and apply your learning. Repeat the process until you have a prototype that works and solves the real problem. Now you are ready to change the world or open shop. To experience design thinking firsthand, do the free virtual design thinking crash course from Stanford's D School right now. You will learn to design a new gift-giving experience. Find the link and a guide for facilitators in the description below. After you are done, share your experience and gift idea in the comments. To learn more about creative and critical thinking, check out our other Sprouts videos. And if you want to support our channel, visit patreon.com/sprouts.
Amrita, I think we can start.
So like getting back, so the design process is what puts design thinking into action. So it is a structure to generating and evolving ideas. So this design thinking has 5 phases where it helps us to process the design thinking in in that such way. So the starting up with, we have discovery phase, and it goes on with interpretation, then to ideation, and from ideation we are experimenting, and then evolution. So discovery phase is the phase where we are just discovering and analyzing the problems, like what is the cause, what is the root cause, how it happened, and what are the reasons it happened. And moving on to that interpretation, like we're just cracking it into deeper, we're just digging it deeper from where it started. And moving on to ideation phase, we are just going to crack some ideas to solve the problem, and we are just giving on a solution for that. And moving on to experimentation, so we are just so far we just cracked a problem and we just finalized the solution. Now in experimentation, what we are going to do is this: we are just going to give a visual representation, that is a prototype, a framework, a wireframe, or whatever is required, like however we want to represent our idea visually to the viewers, to the fellow participants, or whomever we are going to show, so that it is explaining very clearly, the process has been explained very clearly. And in evolution, we're just going to iterate the ideas which are with whatever we form, and we are going to collect the feedbacks, and we are going to make it perform, make it happen lively in some institutions, in some common platforms, wherever it is possible to put forth our idea, and we are collecting the feedback so that we can rectify our mistakes and proceed further. As we said, iteration in previous step, which we saw in the beginning stage. So this is where iteration plays its role. It's all about how we develop our process, and how we visually represent it, and how we evaluate it among the public, and we receive feedback. It's all about a cycle where we just keep on repeating the process for the better development. So that is what design thinking is all about. So with this, we are ending. We are coming to end of the session. I hope we explained what is design thinking very clearly. And if you have any doubt, you can just ping us in the WhatsApp group, or even you can just note it out, and you can just join us in tomorrow's session, and we can just start up with brushing what we saw today. So but that's it for today. So
Starting with who we are we a teacher or not, educators or not, are we working with the kids or not, students or not? Yes, we work with the kids, we all educators. We have a chalk lab. In that chalk lab, we are teaching more than 20 kids and teenagers, as well as we are training many college students, and as well as designers also. So we are into this field like more than 1.5 years nearly. So why we are addressing this? Yeah, as I before I was started, right? So we are a design community. So bringing the design education in schools and colleges is our motto, and also bringing the social change using a design as a tool is our vision actually. Yeah. So when I tell about teachers, yeah, educators, that is very important thing in education system completely. Anyone can easily come and say the education system is a completely wrong, or we can change anything or like that. And also when I talk about teachers and all, they say, some people say, before my career is also as a mentor only. So there are also many people say you are like a god kind of a thing. That is fine, but still, for a student, how the teacher could be, why the teaching is so important. So the teacher is like whatever we teach, whatever we do, it should be like what the student is want. That is always like a student would be the primary motto of anything. So yeah, most of my college professors, teachers, school teachers, everyone I brought up that way only. So I hope our next society would be brought up that way. So it's just our bigger step to bring a big change in the education system. That definitely bring a big change of change in taking a sessions, the method of teaching, also the process of teaching. Definitely, this design thinking would change both the thing in your in our education system. Yeah. So whatever you learn today is just about design thinking. How to use the design thinking in your classroom with your student. That is what we learned today. So tomorrow we have even more curious sessions and all, as Ashwin mentioned, the 5 steps you mentioned, right? He mentioned, right? So that is what we're going to learn, like share about it deeper tomorrow. So it's not about learning and all, it's about sharing the experience, sharing the things, and sharing the different perspective. And also, please let us know your perspective also, your learning perspective, your student experiences and all. So feel free to share with us. We will share this Zoom recording link after this call and all. So keep in touch with us. So by the end of the 5th day, definitely you will get a different experience and a different perspective in education, like handling kids and method of teaching and every way. Yeah. So thank you so much for joining. Tomorrow we will meet at the same time, 6 o'clock. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Ramya,
you
for
so
the
much.
wonderful. Yeah. So before ending the session, we'll just quickly introduce ourselves. So like you, the previous person who was talking was our president, Ramya. So this is myself, Ashwin. So I just joined the Stock Quiz recently. So I am having a very fun time working with these guys. So like I'm doing my post graduation in journalism in Loyola College. So here I'm just working as a mentor and I'm a training coordinator. So like that's what about myself. And over to Namrata.
Hi all, I'm Namrata. I have completed my BE and I have joined Shoppiece. So this was one of the most, a magical one for me. So yeah, everything is because of our president. We are here because of her. So over to Shruti.
Okay, so hi guys, myself Shruti Prabhakaran. So I have completed my BE computer science engineering, and as Namrata said, everything and whatever we are today is because of our president and fellow chalk piece mates. So we've learned many things throughout our journey, and we're looking forward to learning more every day. So and with this event, we hope we share whatever we learned throughout this journey with you guys. And yeah, thank you so much.
Bharat bro, you can also introduce yourself.
Yeah, it's me, Bharat here. So yeah, I'm a part of a Choppice. I'm a freelance UX UI designer, and yeah, I'm doing a construction works by the side. I'm a creative PRO in a Choppice, and me and Ramya, it's a part of Choppice. So thank you guys for joining here. You guys really will get exciting works, and we'll be collaborating with each other, and we'll share our knowledges with you guys for sure.
And he's also the backbone of this event.
Yeah,
He'll continue to be the backbone for all the other events in Chalkpiece.
And do watch the Chalkpiece websites and all those social media platforms, guys. So upcoming we have so many events follow coming month. I think after this Friday session, you guys will be sure getting a exciting ideas about that what the education means. Keep in touch. I think tomorrow and day after tomorrow you guys having a good number of knowledges from our side. Thank you all.
Thank you.
So, thank you so much. So I guess we had a lovely introduction session here. So we are like having an unplanned introduction session, so which made like to be more friendly. So I hope everyone to join tomorrow also with the same pace and the same energy. And let's all meet tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining.
One second. One more person is with us with Jiva. Jiva.
Yeah, Jiva. Yes.
Jiva and Varshini. Vanilla.
Yeah, hi people. I don't want to waste any more time. I'll just go quickly. So myself, Jeeva Dharani. So I have been part of Chalkquiz like for past 3-4 months. I think 3 months. So it has been a great journey because it's basically a bunch of youngsters who have like joined together with a vision that to change the way what like how we see the world, how we see the default education system. So we have been doing a lot of things under that same umbrella. So we are not getting paid. It's only because of the vision what we dream about, and it's everybody's urge to make some change. Okay, the change starts from us. So when we unite, we can bring it all together. Anything is like it's not impossible. We can do it anyway. That is what this team has taught to us. Yeah. So I'm happy to be a part of this, and thank you so much for joining this 5-day workshop, for spending time, for allocating time to explore more things. So I'm seriously proud of you, and yeah, I hope you will be a better educator like the our youngsters are deserving so much for. So yeah, thank you. That's it.
Well said, Jiva. That's great words.
Vanilla and Varshini, you can also introduce yourself. Any language is fine. English and Tamil both. You can introduce. Guess there. Varshini and Vanilla. Okay, Vanilla.
Hi. Hi everyone. Myself Vanilla. I'm studying final year engineering and welcome to Chakwi's. This is my first experience in mentoring, actually supporting mentor. I'm really excited about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you so much,
Vanilla.
Ramya.
Thank you, Vanilla. Thank you so much. Varshini, would you like to address the gathering?
Hello, I'm Varshini. I'm a final year BSc student. I didn't really know about designing. When I just went to Chakatan and I could learn something new, and I felt truly like inspired by this. So I just wanted to continue this. And thank you for making me a part of this. Thank you so much for all the mentors.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So I guess with this, we are ending the session for the day 1 of Design Thinking for Educators.